Hold the Dark is a film that just released on Netflix and is the third film from Jeremy Saulnier, who previously directed two excellent films that are really kind of gritty thrillers, Blue Ruin and Green Inferno. And I was really excited when I saw this was coming to Netflix. And I stayed up for late at night to watch it when it appeared. And it was good, but he's not the best at, putting together a coherent story at times.
You're the one fought my boy?
Yes.
Can you raise the dead?
No, sir.
Then I have no questions for it.
Never seen anything like this before. The behavioral term is savaging.
We're not talking about animals here, Mr. Core.
Well, if you say so.
So Hold the Dark is set in Alaska, in kind of like a remote wilderness, and this mother who her husband is in the war in Afghanistan or Iraq, and her son has gone missing after some other kids had been eaten by the wolves, a pack of wolves in the area, and she calls in this guy that's an author, an expert on wolves, played by Jeffrey Wright, and she wants him to kill the wolves, or try to find her missing son that she thinks was eaten by the wolves. But as soon as he goes out into the bitter cold, he finds the wolf pack and sees that they are ravaging one of their pups. So that shows, that they're probably not recently well fed on the child, and instead, that there's something else going on. And he's kind of there to watch it unfold and help unravel and try to help, bring the people to justice that will ever happen with this. And that right there would be a really good story. But they put in a lot of other stuff, and that becomes a big part of it is the husband that is in Iraq or Afghanistan, and he's played by Alexander Skarsgård. And the scene you first introduce him is pretty cool. He witnesses some Middle Eastern girl being raped by an American soldier, and he just quietly goes up and stabs him to death. And it's oh yeah, that's an interesting way to show him. So it shows that he has morals, and he has no qualms about killing people, even that are on his own side. But then right after that, he's shot in the neck, and he's sent home, to rehabilitate. And of course, he gets home and finds that his son is dead, and he has to go on a bit of a rampage. And that is kind of afflicted about this movie, because what happens from these rampages are brutal and amazingly well filmed and thrilling, but at the same time, they don't explain why they happen, because other than they hate the police, and really, I don't know, the filmmaker I think is not like police, because there are a lot of police killed in this movie, dozens. I mean, it is brutal, and very well filmed. You can't say that it's not well filmed, but it's just kind of incoherent. He has an Indian friend that he had also lost a kid to the wolves, and it's just he decides, I'm going to kill all of you cops. And it's oh, okay, but why? And then all they have to say about it, well, I always knew we hated cops, so I never expected that. And it's but why? And there's also stuff where he's kind of going crazy too, and they have they try to bring in the stuff with some of the Native American people that's they're haunted by a wolf spirit or something, and they don't really delve too deeply into that. So it's just kind of a loose thread hanging around. So are they possessed by a wolf spirit, or are they just crazy? And this is odd, some of the stuff, the choices that they make. But, the acting is really good, especially, I like Jeffrey Wright. it's great to see him have a leading role after being in, the excellent HBO show. And it's parts of the movie are really good. Although other parts on the whole are filmed a little too dark. And that's kind of the point, they're in Alaska, so like it's really bright, and then like for a couple hours, then it's dark for the rest of the day. But I think there's some of the conversations when they're inside, and like that didn't have to be like it's tough to see exactly what was going on. But I mean, it's for a Netflix film, it's a good film. But it's just don't expect too much if you go to watch it. It's probably my least favorite of his 3 films, but it's still definitely kind of entertaining as long as you don't mind the brutal murder of cops, which, like, people get their comeuppance, but it's like these scenes go on for a long amount of time, and they are thrilling. Like, I kind of said this reminds me a little bit of Wind River, but like Wind River had a lot to say, and I don't know what this movie was really trying to say, other than, but it's a cool, I mean, there's really a lot of thrilling aspects, and it's filmed really well, and it's acted well. It's just, I wish there was a little bit more to it. I'd probably give it like a 7 out of 10. Like, it's not bad, and it's on Netflix, so if you have Netflix, I would recommend checking it out. But it's nothing amazing. So thanks for watching. You can check out my other video playlists on my head, or subscribe to me on that Z over there. Thanks.